Okay, now we're going to check the cam chain tension. So we've got this inspection cap here. Now there's probably a special tool for getting this off, but I haven't got one. So I'm using the widest flat blade screwdriver I can find. Widest blade. Get that on. Because we really don't want to be chewing this up. You know, it makes a mess. Yeah, okay. That's off. I'm sure there is probably a special tool for that, and I must get one. Save chewing this head up. But it's got a proper sort of O-ring seal, so you don't have to over tighten this to get a good seal. Then you probably can't see this. I don't know if I can move the camera so that they can see. I think you can just see that. Yeah, you can just see the chain there. So if I'll put a screwdriver in. So not rather normally I'd use my finger. There, that's good. Just check the tension that we've got some play. Yeah. I'll put my finger in because then you can feel it. Yeah, that's just nice. That's just like a nice amount of play. Then we'll turn the engine over. But of course what I've done is I've forgotten about this and I've put the plugs back in already. So I'm now turning the engine over. Yeah, with the plugs in by hand, it's not easy. Check it again. Again, we've got some play, and I'll keep chugging the engine over if I've got the energy, and check the tension all the way round. Of course, if the tension is too slack or too tight, the only thing to do is to remove the primary chain case, the timing case, to adjust it. So I'm hoping that it certainly feels okay at the moment, just perfect, just a little bit of play without being too tight, without being too loose. So that's great. If it did need adjusting, we'd have to remove the ignition and the timing case, which would be a pain. Right, okay, I've turned the engine over at least a full cycle, and chain tension is great. Few much relieved, so I've put the plug back in, and that's all done. But definitely worth checking. You know, you don't want to be having a slack or certain, above all else, not a too overly tightened cam chain. And then I've just strapped the rear of the bike down to get the front wheel off the ground, so I'm just checking the head bearings and that, all perfect, and it also meant I could just spin the front wheel, give it a good clean, and that just makes life a bit easier. Just one other thing to mention, what I've done is I put springs in between the front brake pads, only light springs. Only very light springs. What they do is they hold the pads apart and they stop them rattling. You know, otherwise the pads are slightly free and the disc can catch them and you get this tick, 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 tick sound. Now, I've been getting an annoying sound from the front. I don't actually think it's from the pads. I think it's more from, it sounds like more it's from the mudguard, but the mudguard isn't making a sound. But anyway, just to be on the safe side, I put in these light springs. It's an old Dodge, holds the pads firm so they don't tick or make a noise when you're going along. If you've ever had that, it is so annoying, and it's a simple fix like that. Okay, yeah, I think we're about done. I'm going to put the tank back on now, and I think we're about to kind of good to go. Well, no, I've got to polish it all. No, I've got to polish it all. Still got to fill up the gearbox, waiting for the gearbox oil to arrive. And obviously we've got to start it and then put the side panel back on and then top up the oil tank when the oil starts going around the engine. Oh, and I've got to check, just double check all the electrics that are working. Oh, I've still got to check the fluid in the front brake reservoir. Yeah, and I'll just check all the electrics and everything, give everything a good clean.